Okay, so we can now continue with the next part of our wings, which will be this section of the wing here and that section of the wing. And I would actually like this to be higher than that, and then this, so we have a low ridge forming here and a low ridge forming there. So for us to achieve that, we would need to start with this area. You can't see it clearly there anymore, so we would need to start with this area, and then we will do this one. So that design is like a leaf shape with a couple of lines in between. So I'm going to do the outline of that shape, and I'm working on my lino sheet on the front of my pewter with my metal ball tool, and I'm going to do the other side, and we'll add that little rich lines from the back. So I can do the same on this side. So on my tile, so you need to be very careful now. This edge is getting very thin here. Okay, and then I can do the next section. Again from the front of the pewter. On my lino sheet, I can add, and again I'm going to go over the central line, because I would like to have that at a low angle. And then on the other side, add the same shape. Again repeating the central line. And then we need to flatten. And I'm not going to flatten this area, this little triangle. We're going to leave that as it is. Okay, so now I can add the little ridge lines from the back. So on my felt, and I turn my pewter upside down. And now I'm going to use the sharp pointed Teflon tool, and I'm going to add very softly that little ridge lines, which looks like little veins. And this is a soft line. I just really want to see the line from the front. Okay, and then we can tidy up again the front area. So we need to flatten again. So now what I want to do is I want to lower this little line in the middle just a little bit, so that this folds in a little bit. So for that I'm going to use my metal ball tool, and with a very slight pressure just draw in that line so that it just flattens a bit. I'm not flattening it totally up to the tile, just a slight pressure just to give a little bit of an indent, and then I can define around as well. Okay, now we can continue with these ones and that one. So for those we're going to work from the front of our pewter and on our lino sheet, and we are simply going to draw them in with a medium pressure, and I'm drawing in both half circles inside and out. And then we're going to flatten, and for flattening this one I'm not going to flatten this edge here, I'm going to keep that height, so we're just going to flatten the outside and then the little half circle as well. Okay, and now I would like to add the same textures we did on the eyes in these little half circles. So using my metal ball tool, I'm just going to scratch them, and you have to make sure before you start scratching that that surface is really flat. Okay, and now we can lift up the entire section of that wing. So we're going to go back to our lino sheet, and we're going to work on the front of our pewter, and we're using our metal ball tool. We're going to draw in the shape of that wing section. And I'm not going to go in there, I'm going to leave that. I'm rather going to go over the edge and draw in that whole line. So I can do both sides. So you really want to take your time doing this. It's very delicate work. Okay, so I've got a nice little ridge there. So from the back I want to add detail lines in the center of this curve, and this will also raise up that part of the design. So on my lino, on my felt, working from the back of my pewter, and then I'm going to use the sharp tip Teflon tool, and with a light pressure just draw in a line in the center, which will cause this whole piece to lift up. Okay, and then I need to flatten and define from the front. And you can see immediately that that part took on a nice shape by doing that detail line from the back. Okay, that's it for this part. We can now move on to the next section.